I've noticed a trend of people using a concept of haters to explain away legitimate criticisms of their negative behavior. I see people using ideas like, if you have haters, you're doing it right. And this just allows them to be completely unself aware at all times. They do something mean or say something stupid, and they don't want to take responsibility for it, so they lump every single person who doesn't like them into the category of haters. So I wanted to explain what a hater actually is and why you probably don't have as many as you think. In my experience, haters do exist, and they come in two basic categories. First are the people who are actually jealous of something that someone else has or something that they are, and they make catty comments as a way to bring that person down to their level. And the second type is someone who is just miserable in general, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you have, they'll pick you apart just trying to make you as miserable as they are. And the way to tell if someone's a hater is normally what type of criticisms they're giving you. If they're insulting something petty like your looks, your hair, your clothes, your weight, they're probably a hater. If they're talking about your love life or personal choices of theirs which don't affect anybody who isn't consenting to be a part of them, they're also probably a hater. Now, there is a huge difference between a hater and most of the people I see getting lumped in with haters. There are these people who are angry at a person for doing something that actually harms other people. They're mad because maybe you said something bigoted, you abused their friendship, you acted petty, rude, or any other number of things that actively hurt other people. This isn't petty jealousy, but righteous anger. There's also a difference between hating and deconstructing art, media, literature, things of that nature. Someone who gives something a negative review and backs that up in a well thought out argument is not a hater, and lumping them in with that kind of person who maybe clogs the Lena Dunham tag with fat jokes is just completely absurd. I see a lot of immature Z-list celebrities and their fans writing off their detractors as haters, and it baffles me. So in order to highlight the difference, I wanted to talk about a recent media debacle that shows examples of haters and also people with legitimate criticism. I think most people saw or heard about Miley Cyrus at the Video Music Awards, and depending on which news outlets you follow, you may have heard two completely different takes on why Miley was doing something wrong. One group talked about her skimpy clothes, her bad dancing, her expression of her sexuality, and the fact that she wouldn't stop sticking her tongue out. That group is a bunch of haters because at the end of the day, none of those behaviors should matter to anybody else. They can love it or hate it, but it's not hurting anybody but maybe Miley 20 years from now when she watches this video and might be a little embarrassed. The other group was full of people who were upset that she was appropriating black culture and trying to take credit for it, as well as using black women as props and sexual objects. Those people were angry for the right reasons, because those actions are horrible and perpetuate the objectification and oppression of black women. To write that group off as haters is to be completely blinded by white privilege, and those criticisms are something that Miley should be making an effort to be more aware of and apologizing for. So there's a third type of person who straddles the line between hater and criticizer, and picking that person out may be a little bit harder. This is a person who's hurt by someone's actions, but chooses to go the petty route and tears the person down based on superficial issues. I used to do this when I was younger and didn't understand that I was actually hurting other innocent people by doing this. Sure, I could rationalize that the person was cruel and didn't deserve to be cut any slack, but let's say I was making fun of their body. I was not just hurting them, I was telling somebody with their body that there was something wrong with them, and that person didn't do anything wrong. Additionally, let's say you were to fight racism with misogyny, you're just perpetuating another type of oppression, and you're also still hurting half of the population that you were trying to protect when you were speaking up against racism. And maybe most importantly, your message isn't being conveyed because people are somewhat justified in writing you off as a hater. They don't know why you're mad at them, and they think that you're just being petty. Now, I'm never going to tell anybody how to react to being oppressed or to being victimized. And people have a right to be angry and to react however they need to, but personally I try to choose not to act that way, and I try to keep my criticisms within what they actually did wrong. I'm not always perfect at it, and sometimes I get angry and I slip up, but I try to do it this way. So I hope that helped you understand why the person you're talking about might not be a hater after all. And hopefully this helps you open your ears to constructive criticism so that you can be a better person. Don't be that person who hurts others because you're too selfish to reflect on your own behavior from time to time. And don't be that person who defends somebody who hurts other people because you're a fan of theirs. Thanks.